Do you think God needs to be back in government?
Yes. Our government was based on it.
Right.
And God we trust is on our money. So.
One of the amendments in the Constitution says that, there will be a separation between church and state. A lot of people are saying they want to see more church in state.
I do. I think so.
So certain parts of the Constitution, take it or leave it.
Yeah. So I believe fully in the Constitution. But I still
just not that particular thing.
They need church.
American evangelicals are the gift that keeps on giving. And while Donald Trump and the MAGA movement have almost entirely captured the broader community, there's some very influential faith and political leaders out there who are ditching Trump and backing other Republicans to continue to erode the separation of the church and the government.
To me, Trump deserved to lose my endorsement. Matter of fact, I've never endorsed him, but he proved he was not worthy of the endorsement of me, of the ministry, and by extension, the broader body. And I believe Iowa will rise up. I believe Iowa will send a message on January 15, because I think they're seeing through this as well. This is smoke and mirrors. This is not leadership our country needs.
This is Bob Vander Plaats, a kingmaker in Republican politics in Iowa who also leads one of the state's largest and most influential evangelical political foundations, the Family Leader.
This party and this country needs to choose well about who's going to be representing us as president of the United States. Because being president is just not a CEO. It's not just moving the embassy to Jerusalem, as much as we applaud that. It's not just appointing 3 Supreme Court justices, even though we applaud that. It's being a statesman. And we knew the 2020 election was coming upon us. And I told them the number one hurdle for Donald Trump is I've never met a dad or a mom or a grandpa or a grandma who have told me they want their son or daughter or grandchild to grow up to be like him. That's a big deal. I've had people all over the weekend saying I'm done. What he's done to you, what he's done to Reynolds. It's proven a lack of leadership. And what you're seeing from the former president is character being revealed. Character being revealed, first of all, with Governor Reynolds and what he did by cutting a video against her. 2 of the most popular governors and the most results-producing governors in the country. The governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Iowa, Kim Reynolds. And you completely throw them under the bus and you call them names, and that just because they don't bow the knee to you. That's not leadership.
While Bob is telling the truth about Trump, is thinking that Donald Trump just now revealed his true character is laughably absurd. Everyone knew this loser was an awful person way before he launched his first presidential campaign back in 2016. Still, Bob here and the larger evangelical Christian community conveniently forgot all of his sinful actions, propelling him to the presidency and banking on him repaying the favor by fighting for their policy agenda. But now that Trump is staring down a jail cell and other candidates are getting desperate for any remaining votes, Bob made the calculated decision to back another GOP monster.
And I think America would be well served today. And I think we have Ron DeSantis here. Ron DeSantis with his wife Casey and their little children, a model family. It's an opportunity.
This is precisely why it's almost impossible to give any of these people real credit for turning on Trump and publicly backing another candidate. There's practically nothing separating Trump and DeSantis when it comes down to policy. So the decision to support one or the other comes down to optics and how much influence Bob can have over the administration.
I'm thrilled to throw my personal endorsement and support behind Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. He was very clear about we need a president who can serve 2 terms, not 1 term. We don't need a president that's going to be a lame duck on day one. You need a president that's going to surround themselves with the best and brightest people versus having a hard time attracting them again. And someone who's actually going to do what they say they're going to do. Well, first of all, President Trump knows better than anybody that my endorsement has never been and never will be for sale. So it has nothing to do with any type of money that is being paid or anything like that. I know that's what they want to claim, but that is not the case.
You sure about that, Bob?
DeSantis campaign, a super PAC linked to him, a nonprofit group supporting him, together paid $95,000 in recent months to the Family Leader Foundation, according to campaign finance reports. Is that not true, or that's true?
Well, it's definitely true, and I'd encourage everybody to read the Reuters article. Everything we do is above board.
Well, this PAC I don't control, as you know, but they paid for advertising. So that's a very influential group of evangelicals in Iowa. They've hosted a number of major events. They had a summer event. We just had the Thanksgiving Forum. So they're paying to be able to be in programs and to be able to advertise the candidacy. And that happens. That's frequently happened. But Bob Vanderplatz's endorsement is not for sale. He's got a great reputation. He's become a friend of Casey and me along the way. He's very influential in Iowa, and so it's a scurrilous charge. It's without merit.
Let's be honest here. We all know that American politics is set up to be a pay-to-play system that has legalized and incentivized bribery and candidates selling themselves off to the highest bidder, which is exactly why fundamental changes in our country have been so difficult to achieve. We need to get money out of politics before we can start to see some real change happen.